So I see that you're coming into my office for this acne that I'm seeing. Yeah? Okay. There's no shame about it. You're at that age where it just seems that it's very common for people to get acne. Look forward for me, please. Yeah. Okay. Keep looking forward. Okay. Something that we do have to assess before we start to look into any synthetic or chemical treatments for your acne is what exactly is causing the problem. So, I'm seeing a lot of acne on your cheeks, particularly underneath your under eye bags. I'm seeing a lot of acne on the center of your forehead, right about there. Okay. Tell me, how often do you wash your pillowcases and bed sheets? You should aim for about once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. This will greatly improve making sure that there's no repeated bacteria going from your hair to your face or your face leaving its skin cells behind for your face to recollect. How much water do you usually take a day? You should aim for half your body weight in fluid ounces of water. So, for example, if you weigh 130 pounds, 140 pounds, you're going to want to intake about 70 fluid ounces of water or 65 fluid ounces of water. Excuse me. Just so that way you kind of replenish yourself. I would also highly recommend adding electrolytes to your water. You can do this by adding cucumber slices to your water, aloe juice to your water, or even okra to your water. You can get okra bags at places like Walmart. They're not, despite the uncommon sounding name, they're not that difficult to get. Unlike sop fruit, that's pretty tricky to get for reasons that I will not get into. So I'm going to show you a map of your face and see what exactly I'm noticing on your face, okay? So here's a map generally of the layout of your face. So when it comes to your facial type, as you can see, I'm seeing a lot of acne in the center of your forehead. This reflects some issues with your small intestine. So when we go down to your small intestine, we're going to notice that you're having some digestive issues. So probiotic foods might be a strong remedy for the acne issue you're working on. Using probiotic enriched yogurts or even kefir, adding a little bit of kefir to your milk. That's huge in probiotics. What else is probiotic? I would kind of honestly caution you from using, or not necessarily caution you, but I would tell you to try to eat the right foods before you start jumping into supplements. Granted, of course, the purpose for supplements is that a lot of the nutritional value in our food, it has been greatly lost. And every decade seems to have a huge detrimental nutritional loss to our foods. So consequently, people recommend supplements and vitamins to make up for the nutritional loss of our foods. So for example, like an apple in the 1970s was filled with way more vitamins and antioxidants and minerals than an apple nowadays. You would have to eat like 6 apples today to equal the amount of nutrients you might have gotten from one apple back in the day. However, these foods I would recommend highly on their own before you reach the supplements or vitamins. If you don't notice a difference by adjusting that diet, then try the supplements and vitamins, and then hopefully that might remedy the issue. And as previously examined, I noticed that some of your acne was kind of located right about here, on your cheeks underneath your under eye bags. Also, your under eye bags tell me that you might be dealing with a bit of stress and a dysfunctional sleep routine. Even if you're getting enough sleep, if it's dysfunctional and not necessarily following a circadian rhythm, that'll induce cortisol in your system, which will make you look very tired and very it'll basically have your system not necessarily functioning as it should since it's dysfunctional. So I would highly recommend getting yourself on a sleep schedule that is kind of matching your circadian rhythm, getting yourself in on kind of like a routine, basically. Sometimes there can be a struggle with it, but I would highly recommend getting perhaps a white noise machine to keep you lulled, if not using applications or soundscapes that might help with your mental stress, perhaps even the sounds of sounding or singing bowls. Anything to basically lull you to sleep and keep you that way for a strong duration of time. Depending on your work schedule, you don't necessarily have to do a full 8 hours at once. You could split it up 4 hours in the evening and 4 hours in the afternoon, I guess. But just making sure that there is a routine is what's important, where your body can predict what's going to happen. Anyways, that was a tangent. Your stomach indicates that there's probably some acidity probably going on, or probably an overcongestion of, well, no, that includes inflammation. So for example, when you eat greasy food, it's not necessarily the oils themselves that are causing acne, it's the inflammation and the buildup of mucus, which results from the inflammation, from the acidity that is causing that acne breakout. And it's not necessarily if you eat spicy food. There's a lot of foods that aren't necessarily spicy that'll still cause a bit of inflammation. So for example, highly processed breads could cause a bit of inflammation, and if you're sensitive to that, you can have an acne breakout. So I would say try to incorporate more alkaline foods in your diet. Try to incorporate things that are a bit more healthier in their fats. So for example, peanut butter or avocado. These are more alkaline fats that can counteract the inflammation in your body just a bit. I would kind of do a little bit of research into what foods are acidic and can cause inflammation, and thus cell damage, mucus buildup, and a countless host of other issues. And I would also recommend getting pretty sizable amounts of fiber daily. So this could include something that can be a bit of like a fiber supplement, although once again I don't recommend anything synthetic or artificial, but just kind of adding a little more fiber into your diet. So perhaps something like beans or bagels or something along those lines. Whole grain. The less ingredients in the bread, the better. Bread is completely healthy for you, but the chemicals that they add are not. So that's the key difference. I would add more fiber into your diet and more alkaline foods into your diet as well, to kind of counteract the acne that I'm seeing on your face from your forehead to your stomach, or from your forehead to your cheeks. Now I do notice a little bit of a grease buildup right about there on your temples, on the sides of your face. This indicates something with your gallbladder. So as you notice, there's a bit of a pattern going on. Everything is related to your digestive system, to what you're consuming. So with your gallbladder, I would recommend, basically following the same recommendations for your stomach. Healthier fats, nothing too creamy. I would avoid the beans, actually. For your gallbladder, it might be a bit heavy for it just right now. And then I would also avoid cream cheese, cottage cheese, things that are a bit heavy for your gallbladder to process. Instead, I would focus on avocado, on peanut butter, on, I guess, well, the healthier alternative to peanut butter is actually sunflower butter. But yeah, I would highly recommend these replacements for the acne that I'm noticing on your face. Are there any questions as to how the map is laid out? It takes influence from Chinese medicine, but these are just the observations that we've also noticed just based off of your hormonal lymphatic system, I guess, where it's just kind of like seeing patterns that emerge and what they reflect, basically. Once again, when it comes to synthetic or chemical treatments, we are going to postpone those, delay those to the very last recourse. Those tend to be pretty side effect when it comes to other issues that you might have. So I would highly recommend just kind of leaving those for a little while, amp up your water intake, avoid acidic foods, add healthier fats into your diet, add more probiotics into your diet, and we'll see how that face clears up. Also, wash your bed sheets and your pillowcases once a week, if not twice a week. If you're obsessed with the acne, I would highly suggest then getting obsessed with washing your sheets once a week. I would also recommend using gentle cleansers. Have you been using kind of like a rough scrub? That can create micro tears on the face. I would recommend using a gentle cleanser with as few chemicals, once again, as possible. A lot of chemicals can sometimes create the outbreak, hence why it's a profit-based company, as all companies are, where they're going to try to create the problem for you to have to keep remedying the problem. A gentle cleanser, just to clean the face, will do, just to wipe away any buildup oils or debris, and then following it up with a simple moisturizer, just to take care of your skin. Something water-based if you're struggling with the oiliness on your face, but if you're struggling with cracking and dry skin, which you're not, then something probably oil-based would be better. But in your case, water-based moisturizer, something light and delicate, would be better for your face because it's already oily, no offense. But once you get older, you're going to want to use an oil-based moisturizer because that's when your skin is going to start losing its collagen and elasticity. So, are there any questions? Okay, excellent. Well, in that case, I'll have my receptionist give you a full email detailing everything we've discussed today. And please do follow my instructions. And then, if you'd like, we can schedule a follow-up appointment to see if it's remedied any of your issues. Okay, excellent. Well, in that case,